The question that I get asked the most is, what is the inspiration behind my fantasy comic? For the past 12 years, I've been working on a fantasy comic and it's finally getting published, with chapter 1 being available for pre-order right now. The actual answer to the question is actually very anticlimactic, so I'm gonna expand it to include different stories that not necessarily inspired my comic, but inspire me as a creator and teach me to tell stories better. The actual thing that inspired my comic was this frame from Hellsing Anime. I saw it and started thinking of the concept of shadows, of darkness and light as deities, and from there I created the whole background story of one of my protagonists, and from there the world took on. I told you that it's gonna be anticlimactic, so now let's talk about the fun things. And the first story that I want to mention is Spirited Away by Hayao Miyazaki. This story taught me that you can combine whimsical storytelling with more heavy topics and even grotesque and gory elements. The story is also so visually striking that it taught me not to hold back when I create my worlds and my characters. Speaking of comics, the biggest inspiration for me is Vagabond manga by Takehiko Inoue because of the art style in this manga. He goes all in every page, and every panel is a piece of art on its own. Because of this manga, when I work on my comic pages, I go all in and don't hold back. Another story that inspired me is His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. This series taught me that you can create a story that can be enjoyed by different group of readers. This book is complex enough to be enjoyed by both adult and children, and this is how I strive to write my comic. I would like my comic to have different elements that can be enjoyed by different type of demographics and have characters that can be understood on different level by different people. Another series that inspired me is The Realm of the Elderlings by Robin Hobb. Robin Hobb is really a master of writing stories that can be enjoyed on the reread. I myself reread this book over 6 times, and this is something that I try to create in my comic. I try to implement certain elements that you can understand on a different level if you go back and read my story from the beginning again. And of course, this video will not be complete without The Lord of the Rings, and I'm gonna include both the books by J.R.R. Tolkien and the movie trilogy by Peter Jackson. This trilogy taught me how you can tell the story of the world itself through the experiences and arcs of different characters. And the movie trilogy by Peter Jackson taught me how to tell fantasy story visually. How just by designing clothing, weapons, buildings, creatures, you can create a fantasy world that feels real. So these are the stories that inspired me to be a writer and an artist that I am today. And if you would like to see what my story is all about, chapter 1 is available for pre-order right now with link in the bio.